Look, Dame Dash finally speaks on his $800,000 debt. He said he don't need Sean Carter, Jay-Z, or no other man to bail him out. It's just 800,000. He ain't worried about it. Let's get into the content, fam.
It's corny. What should he give me money for? Like, when did I ask for him to give me any money? And why do I need any money from Jay-Z? I've been not trying to get no money with him, so why would I want to start getting money with him now? Not all money is good money to me. But like, why would I? Why? Because there's a lawsuit for 800 grand, and because I owe 20 million in taxes. Like I said, until you pay 20 million in taxes, don't feel sorry for me. And if you do feel sorry, enough to say another man should send me something, Ray Daniels, because you my man, but you never called me and said, Damon, you all right? Do you need anything? None of the people that have vocalized that another man, and to me, again, that whole conversation is a bit feminine. But if you're going to say some shit like that, you should have actually done something to help the problem. But I never got the call from Ray saying, do you need anything? And any dollar, not one person, and I don't want them to, because they know I'm all right. But not one person has called and said, yo, could I send you something to help? But I don't need the help. But if you're going to talk about it, be about it. What people are not understanding is, again, I run my family office. I don't own it. My family owns it. And since 2015, I haven't done anything other than run my family's office. And like 2019, I just started to go to schools with the OSG and help Raquel sell the books that she's written that get kids' cognitive skills up, which no one talks about for some reason. And I don't have too much in my name. So the things that are in my name are companies that I don't know that even exist, that don't make money. They're from years ago. And yeah, it's an $800. I want you to put this in perspective. And I'm just going to say allegedly because I don't feel like getting sued again. But this lawyer, Chris Brown, not the singer, I've been to trial with him on at least 4 different cases, but all over the country with different people testifying on different cases, but they all seem to work together allegedly. And in 4 cases, I've lost, or judgment wise, it's 800 grand. Now, if you look at other people that are on trial, their legal fees are like $1 million a month. When they have to settle out, they settle out for 30 million and better. For 4 trials and a lawyer moving around trying to sue me, and again, legal fees. So you got to think about what that legal lawyer that's suing me, how much time he's spending. For him to only win $800,000 is a W in anybody that's a real businessman's world. And I'm like, all right, if you won, and what I lost on was defamation. So the cases were, one, and again, I'm going to say allegedly just in case I say anything wrong, but I directed a movie for a favor for a woman called E.W. Brooks in North Carolina. And I directed it, and I went, sat through the edit, and I did it for equity. I said, I'll do you a favor. You can't afford to pay me. Your budget isn't even what I would get paid. But what I'll do, because you're being an entrepreneur, is I'll direct the movie. I'll use my cameras. I'll use my resources and produce it, and then we'll bust it down. When we finished it, she was actually allegedly aggressive about me promoting the movie, which I did. But once I did that, I got a lawsuit for copyright infringement. Now, let me tell you where the lawsuit came from. So I did the same situation, and what's this dude's name? Tony White. Tony White, who was introduced to me by Dr. What's that dude's name? Damn, I forgot his name just now. But anyway, I was introduced to him, and he asked me to direct a movie, and I'm like, you can't pay me. What's the budget? He said 250. So I said, I'll direct it, use my resources, produce it, my cameras, and we'll bust it down. Or we'll deal with whatever percentage it is. While I'm on the movie set, and I have footage of me directing the whole movie. While I'm on the movie set, I realize that 250 is not being spent and that, he's lying. But because I've used all my resources, I'll pay for the rest of the movie. Another party steps in, Muddy Waters, and they say, well, he lied to me too, but let me pay for the edit so I can stay in. Pause.
I think a lot of people think Dame Dash is stupid, but you forget this man was giving financial advice for the longest. For the longest, fam. One only assumed that Dame had made all the wrong decisions with his money. But from what I hear, bro, he did one of the smartest things ever. One of the smartest things ever because he knew they were going to cut for it one day. Transferred everything out of his name, fam. Yeah, it ain't his. He just like you say, he just been working in the family's office for the last decade, fam. He ain't did nothing in his name yet. Still somehow been getting paid. You know what I mean? It just don't go to him, man. This is one thing you learn when you're doing good business and bad business. One day the tides may turn. Now, I would assume if you got the 800,000, even if you got it in somebody else's name, just go ahead and pay the 800,000. But you must remember, this is Dame Dash. Dame Dash gonna wait till the last minute. You know what I mean? They been threatening to take the wedding ring off his finger, fam. They want everything to clear his debt. Dame Dash will let this shit go on to the last minute just to see how many people are gonna call him to try to ask him, do he need help? He say ain't nobody called yet, despite all the rents he done paid, all the people he done made millionaires. Ain't nobody called him to try to help him with this little pussy ass 800,000. You know what I mean? The way he said, fam, it's believable. Yeah, the way he said it, it just rolls off his tongue. Just 800,000. You know what I mean? Just 800,000. The man sitting in there behind land. They didn't issue or allegedly about to issue a warrant for his arrest if he don't fork over them documents to let them know how much money the companies that in his name are actually making. You know what I mean? Look, Dame smart. Let's just say that Dame smart. He's always thinking ahead. He's been futuristic since the 90s. Dame's trying to see who's gonna show any type of loyalty to him because he got a lot of power in his hand right now. And Damon's got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. I'm just being honest, just being real. The man got a new network. The man doing big shit, fam. Look how much money Joe Budden is making $1 million from that podcast monthly, fam. These days, bro, all you got to do is get in the game. Yeah, all you got to do is get in the game. Be willing to play. You are gonna make something. You're bound to make something. I'm just being honest, just being real. It ain't over for Dame Dash. No, it ain't over for him. Now, as far as this whole little Midwest campaign and find a new Jay-Z, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't even know if that exists in the Midwest. I can tell you it's down south. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Go check out the music. I got a new album coming out soon. I ain't putting nothing out in about 7 months. I ain't putting nothing out in about 7 months because I've been waiting. It's been brewing. Yeah, it's been brewing. Now it's time to be saved. Yeah. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Nigga, drop it in the comments. Peace.